Okay, we're live on YouTube and I'm having a little problem with the internet on my phone. So I'm trying to get on to Instagram. Oh, it looks like we just got back on. Okay, we're back on. Yay. Sorry about that. That's the first time that's happened where I just like come in and we'll get going. Yes, so we had a little glitch on the internet on my iPhone and I'm on Instagram on my phone. So, welcome. Hi, everybody. Here we go. All right, let's take a deep breath in here. I think we're going to have another interesting session, but let's settle in first and just kind of relax. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and just let it all out, just releasing everything that's come into the present moment or before the present moment, right? Settling into your body, letting yourself just slow down. You know, things come up. We kind of want to be all ready to go and just things come up. So we just have to just be present with what is and let ourselves carry through with what is. Yeah. And do stop by and say hello in the chat. It's always fun to see who's showing up. Sometimes we get some old people, meaning people who showed up a while ago and then stopped back in. It's always fun. Let's get everybody grounded. Sydney, hey, hello, Sydney. Whew. So just dropping in, yeah, getting everything to slow down. There's a bit of stirring up in the ethers today. Wisdom Happy, hey, hello. Yes, I know it's Jubilee, but Wisdom Happy is kind of fun too, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I think we are primed to what's come up. It's come up in a couple conversations this week, so let's see what we can do about helping people kind of step away from and Lydia, step away from connections that need to just be left behind. Or plugins, if we want to. We can also look at them that way. But first, we need to always start by coming into yourself. You know, whenever you do any of these kind of sessions, whether it's your own or somebody else's, your work, you know, take a moment before you get on to the seminar, the event, whatever, and really come into yourself and just really connect in, see where you're at, and then you go into the seminar. And already just with doing that, you can get a clearer sense as to how things are lining up for you in relative to that event, that seminar, whatever it is. And you can have a sense of your response to it, which, you know, we won't go into all that because that takes a lot of going into actually. But you start paying attention to the information that's coming at you when you do that. So let's start by just connecting in with ourselves. So easy, quick way, just connect with your breath. Just focus it on the breath. It was a delay in the transmission. Yes, it was. It was over for Instagram, especially. We had my thing wasn't on the internet. So breath, feeling that breath, feeling whatever the breath feels like. Does it feel tight? Does it actually feel the same on both sides? You know, it's like maybe one side feels tighter than the other. And we usually think that the lungs will kind of work together and they're kind of doing the same thing because we breathe in, we just feel our whole chest going up and down, but we might have a little difference from the right and left side. So paying attention to that, yeah. So disconnecting from people and then also disconnecting from the past. There's a little bit of regret for not being someplace where someone was before. Maybe because it was easier back then, or it felt like it was easier back then. Maybe it was in some ways. Some breath, yeah, and feeling that rhythm of the breath. And then letting yourself just drop down a little bit more deeply. And paying attention to the heartbeat. You know, it's sometimes our heart might be beating fast, or it might be hearing or feeling it. But in those quiet moments, it's like a lot of times we just have to pay attention more closely to the heartbeat. So allowing yourself to just drop in a little bit more to that. So that's already bringing up emotional stuff for people. That's good. So just by doing this kind of stuff for yourself, you can just clear out stuff that's coming up. You know, just coming into yourself, connecting more deeply with yourself through your physical body. And why the physical body is so important? Because we're in a physical world. You're in a physical identity with your physical body. So connecting in that way. I'm going to just turn my, no, that's not going to make that much difference. Okay. So feeling that rhythm, feeling the heart. Then dropping all the way down to your tailbone, just like sliding down your spine to the tailbone. Yeah, somebody's got a little bit of a issue with that. That looks like it's below the sacrum, actually. So in the tailbone area, like that could happen if we fall, maybe when you fall on your butt when you're a little kid or something, or fall off the horse kind of thing, or maybe not so high up. Oh, or got hit really hard. Let's clear that up. Yeah, and gently from there, just dropping down to the core of the earth. It's kind of a slow descent. That's fine. Just let yourself just kind of open up, surrender, and just kind of slowly drop down. It's like floating down. A little bit like those dandelion seeds, that the little helicopters, you know, that just kind of floating in the air. So letting yourself just float down like the dandelion seed, gently coming down to the core of the earth. Ah. Yeah. Who falls as a child? Yeah, I can't drop all the way into my tailbone. Okay, yeah. So working on shifting that. So as we drop and connect into the core of the earth, you know, go as far as you feel you are going, and feel that resistance, and just kind of hang out there. You know, you can do this on your own, and just kind of put your awareness as far down as you feel you can go, and you feel like there's that resistance. Just kind of go in there and feel in there. It feels like you might have had falls when you were a child, but it feels like there's another reason why you are also not dropping down, which is more, there's some emotional stuff that happened that connects up with, hey, Asta, that connects up with that area for you. Or it might have been associated with the falls. You know, sometimes what happens, there's associations that get made with events, So a very simple thing is like you're having breakfast as a child, and every time you have breakfast, your parents are arguing, and you hear that. So that gets connected up with eating breakfast. And you might find later on you just every time you start eating breakfast, you don't feel hungry, and so you skip breakfast kind of thing because it's all of a sudden you start kind of feeling nauseous, years later, because there's that association there. So it feels like there's a little bit of that going on for you, Sydney, with that area. But you just kind of bring your awareness down as far down as you can go, and you just kind of hang there with your awareness, and you'll probably feel yourself pulling out your mind. Then you're just like, okay, yeah, oh, let's go back down, back in there, and keep doing that. And you'll probably start feeling pain as you come into the areas. We come into areas that have been frozen, that we're disconnected from. You start feeling pain, kind of thing. So, yeah. So we're just hanging in that connection to the earth. Oh. And so in that connection, so again, coming back to self. Seeing where self is at. Whatever state self is in is fine. It's not about being the perfect self, because you're always perfect, no matter what state you're in, right? Because it's perfectly you, even if it feels like shit. So notice that. Just kind of feel yourself in your body, in this physical body. Okay. Just you. Kind of emphasizing that because of where we're going to go next. But you. Your body, your head, your hair, your eyebrows, below your chin, that lower back area. Maybe noticing the back of your knees. Underneath your toes, the bottom side of your toes. How often do we think about that area? And that's part of our bodies there. Not in between the toes, but underneath the toes. Yeah. There we go. There's a little apprehension that's coming up. The human might not be aware of what's going to happen, what's coming up, but at spirit level, you are. At spirit level, like I say, everybody knows everything all the time. You're just not conscious of it. That's all. But there's that awareness is there. They've even done studies where they registered people's responses to images. And so it goes, images that are kind of frightening, or images that are peaceful, and it's the pupil dilation that will change accordingly. And what they find is that I think even as much as 2 seconds before the image is shown, the pupils are registering the response. So that just to say the system knows what's going to happen. So your system knows what's going to come up next. So there's that apprehension that's coming up. That's fine. Deep breath in. Settling into where we are. Yeah. Just going to push back. Okay. Create a little bit more space for everybody here. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. So bring to mind a person or situation that you just want to be disconnected from. Now, so it's going to feel uncomfortable, but let yourself feel where that comes into you or how that connects up to you. And maybe it's just around you also. Maybe it's like a big cloud around you, you know. Maybe it taps into you certain areas, or it lights up certain areas and lights up, not necessarily in a good way. It could be like all of a sudden, a certain area in your body will just feel kind of tight. And let yourself feel that as best as you can. You're in this space. We're gonna get you through that. Yeah. Ugh. And hold strong for yourself, because if you can do this now, it'll really help. So right now it's like, you get this thing away from me, pull out. But if you can let yourself just hold strong and say, no, I'm going to stand. Hey, Carolina, I'm going to hold right here. It feels like shit, but I'm going to hold and be strong and hold my own space and stay firm in myself, because that will help you just be able to hold longer with opposition. Okay. So, and if you need to pull out, that's fine, but just, kind of come back in. It's like, no, okay, let's be strong with this. If you need to pull out a little bit, do your best to come back in and do it again. And each time you do it a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah. Good one. Sydney says exhaustion and surrender is what comes up. Yeah. So, yeah. So you get to a place, where you are holding on so much with that resistance, that are holding up, and then you just surrender. Yeah, because you don't have the the drive to go any further. Wisdom Happy, I want you to really come into your solar plexus area and go in as deeply in as you can to yourself in that area. So like coming into the core of you, core center, and it might feel like really tiny little area in there that you don't feel like you're impeded on. Like imagine that at the core of, and everybody can do this, at the core of what area you want to focus on. And just for Wisdom Happy in particular, I'm going to have you go to, again, your solar plexus area. Just diving in, like you're just deep dive into the depths of the ocean to get that gold pearl that's there, that is at the core of you. And you're just diving down, down, down into the ocean of your being, right in that area. And get that gold bead, and you're there, coming into that area. Yep. Oh yes, that's really good, Jubilee. You're trying hard. You might not feel like you're doing it, but you are doing good. Because that's throwing off somebody. And they're going, wait, where did she go? Yeah, good. And keep breathing into that area. So really just coming into that core, and really everybody just breathing into where that core of yourself, and holding strong and breathing into that, and just holding that with determination. Like if you let go, that's the end of the world. That's the end of everything. It's like, nope, you're going to hold on. Ugh. Yeah, really good. And so a lot of tactics get used by not just people, but entities and people at the energetic astral level, because what we're working with here is really happening at the energetic level. So let's focusing on that is there's going to be all sorts of tactics that will show up. Like, oh, but I was only trying to be nice, or kind of this whiny, well, I wasn't doing anything wrong, whatever. As well as like, no, you can't do this. All sorts of reactions, but you stay firm with yourself. You stay anchored into your core. And if you find yourself bopping up to back to the surface, that's fine. Just take a deep breath in, dive back in. Like literally, like you're diving back in for that pearl, diving in for that pearl all the way down and connecting in with that pearl. Yeah, there we go. And from that place, I just want to take everybody even deeper into that connection, into the earth, into the new earth. Breathing into your core. And wherever you are in your core, it could be in your neck, it could be in your arm, it could be anywhere you feel that pull on you. It could be like your whole left side or your whole right side. Ha! And getting feisty. So I'm kind of seeing some feistiness showing up, which is good. You're damn right to be feisty. This is your territory. Like hell if anybody else should be in there. And that's exactly the attitude you should have for yourself. No ands, if, or buts. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Slowly, it's almost like we're in a kind of like in the pool in the ocean. It's a very watery space, and it's in the process of clearing out. So we're going to hang out here and keep just clearing people up. Yeah. So seeing that exhaustion and surrender. Yeah. Holding up for a long time. Finally putting that suitcase down, that weight that you've been carrying. Yeah. Ha! So cords. That's coming up to bring that up. So that's why I've got to wait a little bit longer, because it's like the waters that we're in are just clearing out a lot of stuff. So waiting for that to be just clear or clear enough. Yeah. And just getting more kind of peaceful, just allowing yourself to feel that shift if you can. It's got a lot more kind of quiet, peaceful quiet, like the storm is kind of in the process of passing by. It's not overhead anymore. Nice. Feel that brightness coming through. Everybody's got this kind of the core just lighting up here. So, cords. So, if you feel like there's a cord that is connecting into you from somewhere else, just get a sense of where in your body it's tapping into. And then, okay, let's say this is your body here, my hand. And so, with your hand, the flat hand is your body. um, with your hand, just kind of literally like you're reaching in. You know, you're gonna pull that sucker off, literally. You know, like those fish that have those, or those leeches or something. You know, like that just kind of clamp onto you. And so, kind of just come in very gently. Don't go in and yank it out, because you want to just put your fingers, kind of get that sense around that, and then feel, just kind of visualize, imagine, kind of get a sense that your fingers are just going in, and energetically through your fingers, you're just going in, but like this, you know, like you're just going in all the way as far into the core as you can, and you're just going in. We're not pulling out yet. All the way to as far down as you can go, and just very gently, just kind of get a hold of it. And, you know, see what needs to, if you need to maybe twist a little bit, you know, and very, very slowly and very gently pull out. So remember, you're in, so you won't be pulling out from the body right away, but you're pulling up, feeling yourself pull up energetically. And then when it feels like you're at top of your body, just slowly, and just say, okay, we're releasing this. And if you need to, you might need to like really just kind of get umphy about it. It's just, you know, and with determination, with that strength in yourself, feel that strength of that alignment to yourself, and that alignment to source that you are at the core, and say, by the power of pure source that is within me, I release you now. And you just keep pulling out gently, very gently. Ha! Pulling it out. And you just keep going slowly until it's all the way out. Your hand is as far as to the edge of your field, so arm's length out away from your body. And then fling it out. Saying gone. And just watching it just move away from you, and just keep moving away. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes it's a little hard to do it all ourselves, because there's kind of the emotional attachment, but that's something you can do for yourself. The key is to really just come into that place of owning yourself and say, no, finished, we're done with this. This is out. And I command you out. Kind of really added that attitude. Okay, wisdom happy. You have to take off now. Okay. Good to have you stop by. Okay, then when you do something like that, or when you just get that energy moved away from you, come and just put your hand on that area. Put your awareness, bring your awareness, your hand into that area, and just feel yourself come really into that presence of yourself in that area, to fill yourself up with you. And breathe into that. And feel yourself filling up. Oh. All right. So now, okay, I'm going to shift everybody out of that space now. And just let all of that release out. Yeah, very nice. Much brighter. Very good. Take a deep breath in. Just feel where you're at now. I'm feeling bouncy and energetic now. Relief too. Yay. Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, feel yourself. So now we're in this nice, it's kind of, it's a nice kind of golden, kind of a golden yellow, white yellow color. Feels it just a nice feel to it. So let's just kind of be in this place for a little bit. And dropping back into the core of the earth, connecting in with the earth, okay? Something just to help fill you up with clean frequencies instead of just, you remove something and it's like there's this big gaping hole, right? Because something else was there instead of you. So you bringing your hand to that area just to bring that awareness, to bring you and your awareness, and so I'm doing it on my chest, but wherever, and just bringing your awareness and your consciousness into that area and filling that up. And then also dropping into the core of the earth and feeling yourself just reconnecting in to those pure nature frequencies. And filling back up too. So that coming into place. Now, when you do stuff like that, so as we let ourselves just fill in with the frequency of nature and the earth, sometimes it can be a really big change. Sometimes it's like, oh, finally, gosh, I feel so much better. But sometimes it's like you come out of that and all of a sudden it's like, wait, what's going on here? And be a little disoriented, because maybe if it's something that's been going on for a long time, then it's all of a sudden you're in a different place. And you're like, whoa, where am I? It's like kind of getting dropped into a completely different neighborhood. And so not having that orientation that you had. So be okay with that. Letting yourself just kind of be disoriented. Don't try to find your orientation. Just letting yourself be in that disorientation. Breathe into that. Just be in that stillness. Kind of like we're doing now. Just be in that stillness. Be in not doing anything, not searching for anything. And if you find yourself searching, it's like, wait, where should I be? It's like, just notice that. It's like, okay, deep breath, stillness, going into that silence and stillness. Yeah. And your spirit will help, just take care of that reorienting and get you squared away. And sometimes we might, it's even good to maybe go do something else and get distracted. But really just coming into relative to where should I, this trying to reorient, just allowing yourself to be in stillness relative to that in your mind and your being. And then And it's like your system is recalibrating, it's readjusting, realigning itself. And even when you're feeling bouncy and energetic, allow yourself to really kind of hold that and come into that stillness, even with that. What will happen? Because when we feel bouncy and energetic, we feel, okay, boom, let's kind of expand and explode out, kind of thing, which is fine. But try the experience of just, okay, you feel that expansion and you just hold in that stillness. Because what that does is that all of a sudden it's like it pulls it all back into you, and um, has uh, a magnifying effect of pulling back in, and it just like really builds up and just magnifies that the impact of that. It's like you're pulling all the energy that's like kind of expanding out. You just pull it all back in, and it intensifies the shift, kind of thing. It's like imagine the rockets going up into space, and the engines are firing off. Where at NASA, and it's just, you've got the fire going, you've got the engines going, you've got, and the rocket, the spaceship is just in place there, and it's just going. And so that's the same impact because it hasn't lifted off. And so you're just holding there, you're just pulling all of that energy, that it's like that atomic energy back into you and holding it. And so even going deeper with that impact of that release, kind of thing. And then off goes the spaceship, the rocket. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nice. And how is everybody doing there? Letting yourself just kind of be with where you're at right now. Feels really good. Feels like we got a nice nice clearing for people here. And if nobody has anything they want to share, then we'll just experience some deep pelvic pain now. Okay. Okay, breathe into that. Just go really deep into feeling that. You put your hand on your pelvic area and breathe into that pain. Probably an area where you need to come in. I'll just leave it at that. You need to come into yourself more and really own yourself. And so you need to really own yourself in your personal relationships. That's an area where you there's been a lot of emptiness for you, and you've basically given yourself away in exchange for whatever, in exchange for thinking that you're loved, basically. So there's kind of this empty area there. So breathing into that, yeah, that's good. Okay, you brought that up. But also when we release stuff, so you can actually, it's an example of you clearing stuff out, and there's that gaping hole, right? And so coming into yourself and really feeling yourself in that area. That pain is really about just literally like the physical tissues were frozen. This energetic freezing and just this holding on, frozen. And then it's thawing out, and if you ever had cold fingers, like in winter and you're living in, cold climate and your fingers get get really cold, and they're really hard to, you can't hardly feel them and hard to move them. And then when they start to warm up, like maybe you go back inside, it starts to kind of hurt a little bit. Same thing. So depending on how frozen an area got, even just emotionally, energetically. So that's yeah, breathing into that. And clearing out that emptiness, that emptiness where you have not been. Yeah, very nice. Very good. Any other thoughts to share from anyone? Yeah, and so another piece that's popping in, Lydia, is that where that void has been in you is that void in that connection to yourself, and you've been filling it with connection through other people and men, relationships. So bringing you into there and bringing your strengthening and bringing more wholeness and fullness to that connection to yourself. So that's for all of us. Right here, right now. Yeah, good one. All right. Good work, everybody. Any other last minute thoughts before we get off and for tonight? Oh, next Tuesday, I am doing a little new moon event. So if you'd like to, I should pop up my, all right, I got a couple things here. I'll put up my value donation. Oh, it's already, oh my God, it's been up there. Usually I like to try to take it off. I forgot from last time. At the beginning, not show it till the end, because if you would like to join in, there is a fee. There's a price for it, but a donation, a fixed donation, let's put it that way. You can get in touch with me at customer@unboundedandfree.com, or if you know me somewhere else, like on Instagram, you can just reach out on Instagram or on Telegram. Some of you are connected. We're connected on Telegram, so you can reach out to me there. It says, yeah, I'd like to join, and I'll send you the link to sign up. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. So good session. Good work, everybody. Just feeling more of that ownership of self for yourself. And we'll be back next Wednesday for Coming into Being, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. and 7 p.m. Central European Time. So, all right, we'll end here then. All right, take care, everybody, and see you in the ether.